a good opportunity for me as the director of the Dahan Center. Maybe I'll say a few words about the Dahan Center in Bar Ilan University. To Abdallah Al-Zitam, who I have the merit to work with you and to start really a big project. And of course, our friend together, who put us together, Abraham El-Kharam from Montreal. I want to thank him, and I believe there's these three people. In Hebrew we say, והחוט המשולש לא במהרה ינתק. الخيط هو המעקוד על התלת הזומרת, עמרו מי. We had the chance to start with the convention in Israel. And to tell you the truth, when I said to my colleagues in Israel and also to the media, we are going to organize international conference and the topic will be the Hebrew law, and we are going to receive a special delegation that will come from Morocco because they started a new center in Essaouira. People thought that I'm talking about Jewish people in the universities, Jewish professors. They couldn't imagine a situation that people will invest time and research on the Hebrew law. It's not only Hebrew law, it's Hebrew law in Morocco. And for us, it's not so easy. It's not easy. It was a big fight to find our place. All the immigrants that came from Morocco to Israel, it was not so easy for us. And to show them that people are really interested in the Hebrew law in Morocco, that there is something unique that could contribute to the social life in Israel, and I believe this attitude everywhere. The open mind. The open mind to see everybody of the community. Everybody. The secular and the religious one. This one from this community, and this one belongs to other community. Our rabbis from Morocco, they felt they are in charge of everyone. They are responsible for everyone. And they have to find a solution according to tradition, not to make it easy. No, it's forbidden, and that's all. And I solved my problems. The issue is to find the solution in the tradition, to work hard and to keep your community united. And to make sure that they will respect your leadership and not run away from it. And we missed it, and people didn't understand. I told Andrea Zulay yesterday, 20 years ago I made the first convention in Bar Ilan University with 50 people, and I think somebody, yes, Mohammed Madlawi from Morocco came. I invited others, and there was a lecture with Professor Menachem Elon. Professor Menachem Elon is professor in law, and he was the deputy of the president of the Supreme Court in Israel. And he gave a lecture and he said, I have to apologize. I didn't learn about the Hebrew law in Morocco. I see what's going on now. It's too late. I'll try to do my best because I published already my books. But you, he said, all the crowd, 500 people, don't sit here. Go out. and tell the story. Make the research, publish it. Menachem, a professor, was old already before he died, and he's speaking like this. And now, thank God, because we started, and because of you, because you built here the Center for Research, suddenly I get professors from everywhere. In the beginning, I said, well, I will go to the Judaic Studies. I will go to the Judaic Studies, in the Faculty of Judaic Studies, and I will find some professors that will speak about Hebrew law. Okay, we came. After we had the conference, some professors from the law faculty said, and what happened? Why didn't you invite us? I said, I didn't know. You probably hide yourself. Nobody heard about your research. And one or two of them are coming to the next conference. Are coming already to the next conference. In other words, I say it always, you start something, the next time will done. When I started dealing with all the Jewish communities from Arab countries, this is the Dahan Center, to organize a conference on Jewish community in Morocco, there is no problem. Yemenite also. They have many researchers. They published many books. We came to Tunisia, I could find 20 people, 18, 20 people for a conference. 2 years later, we had 54. 54. Somebody came to me and said, we have to speak to make a conference about Rabbi Mordechai HaKohen, a very special person in Tunisia. He was really an open mind leader. He thought about the UN before the UN was established. And he wrote about it. And people, and the professor Tzvi Zohar said, we need a conference. I think we have to reserve 2 days. I said, 2 days for Rabbi Mordechai Kohen? Where are you going to find? And we had 6 students, PhD students, present their articles. If you are there, if you are doing something, the response will come. That's why I believe also. And I'm glad to say that we are going to have in our delegation first another deputy of the president of the Supreme Court. He was there already, Professor Eliakim Rubinstein. Professor Eliakim Rubinstein is from the Hebrew law. And he was a judge, of course. And he accompanied Moshe Dayan in the peace agreement, the process that started here in Efran with Tohami from Egypt, with Tohami. And he's going to speak, combining Morocco in the process of peace, making peace, and also our rabbis. I don't know how he's going to make it. I'm really interested, but he's going to speak. It was very hard. But when you start, you take the initiative, you'll get a response. The president of the academic college center, Sharei Mishpat, is the president, Professor Aviada Cohen. He's going to speak about the contribution of the Jewish law in Morocco to the Jewish law, to the whole Jewish law. Suddenly, something unique. Suddenly, something inspiring, influencing. So I believe that the next conference, we are coming with 10 researchers. As we said in the beginning with Abdallah, and Abraham, mainly it will be local, but we have to open ourselves a little bit. We suggested two different areas, language and music. They are part of the culture. Music, there is no argument at all. It's there. We know. I do believe that we need to spend some time for more research, not just regular lectures. I don't know if you remember the last festival. I told Andre, a young man was the conductor, Rafi Beaton. And I brought him from the Ashkenazic music. He used to be a conductor with the opera singers and other. And I told him, look, you are Beaton. The first time he came as a little boy, and I told him, please perform and sing for us at the very famous song, Yidid Nefesh, Ram al-Mayatiri. And people told me, what kind of combination? He's not going to make it. I said, we have to start. Yeshua Azulai, the famous violin, he said, Shimon, it's not going to work. I said, don't worry. The boy is going to start. Now, he's a conductor. I think he's also a conductor. No, that's Tom Cohen. There is a concert now he's running about Abdul Wahab with another Andalus music orchestra. So the conference will concentrate on Hebrew law. And I'm sure with Farid al-Basha, with Milod Nukili, Ilham Hamdani, and others, we are building really a cadre of leadership with others that are coming. I'm coming also with Professor Moshe Amar, Professor Tzvi Zohar, Professor Westrach from Tel Aviv University. Here will be the center that will show up something that has influence not only in Hebrew law in Morocco, it's going to have influence about the thinking of the Hebrew law at all, and I believe in comparing with others, with other countries. So this is the conference that I believe, and I think we should have also a conference about languages. About the combination, Hebrew, Arabic, Tasahit. I told everybody, you know my name? My name is a combination. Ohayon is a combination. Chaim in Hebrew, in Arabic, is Hayun. Bo'o be'u, Tasahit. Ben Chaim. تعرفوا بن حيون وبن عيون هذوك هما واحد قال لي غادي نزوروا ربي داويدو ماشي قلت له شحال هما قال لي تيبان لي جوج كانوا اخوان قلت له كيف عملت هو غير صديق واحد دافيد وموشي بتسحيت هو بن داويد بن موشي نتعلموا هادشي ونراو ليستوار ديالنا منين جات واللغة حتى هي and the other field of course is music. Andre is leading for many years, a festival, and we could add something to bring more professors to make researches about this music. We have a few of them in Israel, but we need, of course, your help. And we can make it grow. I told you about the conductor, Rafi Beaton. He's making a PhD already in musicology in Bar Ilan University. And I believe that we can find some of them to give them scholarship and to write a PhD thesis about the music, the Andalus music. So I think these two different fields, language and music, could really accompany us. It's easy for us. I still think about, but I think we want that field already. The field is the kitchen. There is no one in Israel that will not share a Moroccan kitchen. The whole thing started with the Moroccan kitchen. Now it's international. You have the Chinese, you have this kind of food. But the basic and the richness started from the Moroccan kitchen. Everywhere. And every time you see that people bringing more and more things. More things. We can share. So if you have such a rich kitchen, that also shows us that you are not poor in culture. You were not that poor. Maybe didn't have, but we say in Hebrew that when you have a beautiful house, you have a beautiful wife and a beautiful kitchen, so you really have an open mind. So everybody is celebrating and talking about the Moroccan kitchen. There is a joke. I told you, I warned you that I'm going to stop and tell you something in Arabic too. واحد قالت له مراته عفاك عبيها السكينة عبيها الفران. ندي ماشي للصلاة عبي معك هاد جوج الكيسان الزيت. وشعلهم في الصلاة. أنا مشيت الروح ديال بابا والروح ديال ماما. المسكين واقف في التازير وجوج الكيسان ما عرفتش كيف يعمل أحد هو ماشي خاف لم يتكتب حصل في وسط الطريق حل داك التازين كب الزيت تما وكمل الطريق شافها كمل الطريق ودفع السخينة للفران لا غدا ندي جابوها من الفران قالت له مراته مسعود هذه ترى دوق هذه السخينه عمرك ما دوقتي بحالها قال لها هذه الرجال ديال الوالدين ديال الروح بيبوكم. Everybody knows what's this shechina. Everybody knows many kinds of salads. When we came to Israel, you hardly find cucumber, potato. But still, because of the influence of the Moroccan culture, really is something that we are there. But I never stopped. He said, when you talk about Moroccan culture, about Moroccan heritage, don't tell me only about the kitchen. My heritage is not only the kitchen. I have more to contribute. It was a good beginning, it's good. But don't put me only there. I have enough in my heritage. And talking about heritage, when you have a country, Israel, it's a combination from different immigrants that came from different countries. Didn't know each other, didn't know the culture, didn't know the language, how to speak with them. And suddenly, year by year, the Moroccan people came with the idea, open house, open house, open house for everybody. Why? They used to live with Arabs, with Muslims and Jews together. I remember the Passover, Pesach, Mimuna. You know Mimuna? Only the Moroccan people celebrate it. But now everybody, because they respect and they like the idea of friendship, of open house. Something came from Morocco. It's belonged to this country. From there, friendship, open house. People in the beginning didn't get, they couldn't accept it. And little by little, the late Shaul ben Simchon, you probably remember him, he was the first one who established this thing. So, this is one of the fields that also the Moroccan community, Al-Maghribian, contributed to the Israeli society. And I believe they contribute the same thing everywhere they go. The friendship and the open house with everybody. Not to feel strange. You are part. I like when everybody here. Dark Hadith. Darkum Hadith. It came from Morocco. And I believe that also saying every second word, Achai, 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 we brought it to Israel. We say Achi, 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 Achai. Who said before? And maybe some of the communities in America, black people, they say brother. But we brought it also, Achai, 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 Achai. And you see it also, young generations in the army, young soldiers, they speak, we say, Achi, Achi, Achi. It's from families that came, from Moroccan families that came and influenced them. So, it's another field that you can see influence. Going back to the music, it was not easy. It was not easy. But now we have two national orchestras, Andalus, recognized. One of them won the Israel Prize already. Concerts everywhere. People start to study the music. It's not easy. We don't have enough professors to lead, but it's little by little. So I think there are few fields that you can feel now the influence of the Moroccan Jewish community in Israel, especially, I said, the open house, the mimuna, the idea of friendship, the music, and there are other fields that we could really develop and show them and contribute not only to our society, to other societies. I believe by the time you will bring other people and we'll see. I do want to share the dream. For Andre, it's not a dream. It's a fact already. It's a fact. He established something. We are going to have international conferences. We have festivals. We have this. It's our job now to continue. I told him, if some people, all the delegation will come from everywhere, not only from Israel, and I believe also from Morocco, and some of them are leaders, they could lead with us and point out, here is the center for Hebrew law, here is the center for music, Andalus music, etc., etc., etc. Let's build it together. Let's bring young generation. Let's get the inspiration from here. We can do that. And I think Andre could say that. He did. He spent time. He came with the initiative. He can really demand others to share and to work, and I do believe that it's going to be one of our goals of the convention. I don't want to take so much time. I think I just a little bit elaborate what's going to be with our convention and what it's going to be if we take really responsibility to continue to go after the leadership of Andrea Zulay. Thank you very much.